I'm always thankful. I'm a thankful child. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, hey girl, my name is Lucy. I always say to stay subscribed. You will have a good time on this channel. Today's topic is probably one of my favorite topics to talk about, if I'm being completely honest, because I'm talking about things that have shaped the woman that I am today. I'm talking about things that I have been doing, things that have pretty much made me the person that you're watching right now, and that is quite exciting and interesting, and I'm hoping that at least it will help one person out there. Let's just jump right into the video. Now, the first habit of mine, to be honest, is not for everyone, and I say this because I've had conversations in real life with people about this particular topic, and not everyone agrees with me, and that's fine because I pretty much understand their point of view. This is pretty much to isolate, to refresh, rearrange, recharge. Isolation is not something that a lot of people agree with, especially when you're going through a certain phase in your life. People don't really believe in isolating because it could be harmful to your mental health and all that kind of stuff, but for me it works the opposite. I isolate a lot. Like when I feel like I'm overwhelmed and life isn't really going as I planned it out to be in my head, or you know, I'm just going through a phase, a hard time, my first reaction and my first thought is to isolate, because I function better and I deal with things better when I isolate. I isolate to, you know, rearrange myself, my thoughts, my goals, my aspirations, all of it, my life in general. And during the isolation period, I take my time to pray, to talk to God. I feel like that's like a closed off time for me to communicate with my Father. I pray, sis, like I pray, and this is a habit of mine that has helped me so much to become the woman that you're watching right now on your screen. I'm not someone that deals well with noise. If you're close to me, you would know that, and if you love me, you would accept that. I'm able to think properly when I don't have opinions. Again, like I said, it doesn't work for everyone this exact way. I know there are people that dwell on people's opinions. There are people that function better when they have, you know, someone there, when they talk to people and stuff, and that's the reason why I said this might not be for everyone, but I have to be honest and share it because it's one of the major things that I do. Last time I actually did this was last week. I do this a lot to be able to focus mentally. I am not a people person. I think I've shared this on my channel a couple of times. I do well by myself. It's basically because of how I was raised. It's also because of how I have been over the years. I'm the one person you could imagine would take myself out of my apartment and go into some type of desert to camp. I mean, that's extreme, but I can do it. I'm that kind of person. I function properly in those type of spaces, and it's obviously not for a long period of time, but a set period of time. I just need that. It's my dose of refreshness. It's like that drug that I need to be able to function properly in life. During that time of isolation, I talk to God because obviously I need direction, and that's the reason why I am in that phase at that moment. So I take that time to talk to God, you know, go to my drawing board, rearrange things, fix things, look at my mistakes, take the lessons I learned from those mistakes, put things together, and that's how I function. If you've never tried isolation before, I would definitely recommend it at times when you are lost, times when it just feels like you're stuck, times when you just don't know what to do. And it could also be times where you've actually sought out for help, consulted with people, had conversations with your friends and family, and just anyone that you would go to for guidance, and you feel like you're not getting the answers and results that you want. The answer that you're looking for is probably within you, and that is one thing that I strongly believe. If you can't find answers in the world or in other resources that you've sought out to, the answer is definitely within you. So sit down and search for it. Sometimes you just need a calm, cool space to think. Yeah, I isolate to refresh, to rearrange, and to recharge. And also, I'd like to mention that my type of isolation can be brutal at times, sometimes unfair to the people around me, especially my friends, because when I say I isolate, I ghost. Most times it's actually not good, because obviously people that care about you want to know your well-being, and they don't hear from me, they get worried. But I'm the kind of person that I completely turn off, and I can't change that because that's what helps me. me. That's what gets my mental function. I'm just grateful that at this present time, the people that are close to me in my life pretty much understand the kind of person that I am when I get to that phase, because that's the only way I can function. That's my safe space, so they respect that and I appreciate them for that. Now, the second habit that I practice on a daily and has helped me so much to become this girl you love, I mean, I hope you love, organization. I'm not the most organized person, I'm not going to lie, when it comes to everything put together, especially like physically in my apartment and every other thing. But when I say organization, I'm saying a structured routine, like routine. And I'm telling you, routine with everything. And to be quite honest with you, I take breaks from my routine sometimes because it could be quite repetitive and it gets me in a certain type of mood when it becomes too much. I've noticed that in my life, and now I take breaks from my routine. I just like go with the flow for a couple weeks or maybe 2 months maximum, and then I go back to my routine. So for me, I feel like what works, I have the structured routine, go like that ongoing, and then I take breaks so I don't get bored of it, if that makes sense. Because when you keep doing the same thing over and over again, your brain just kind of freezes. At least for me, that's what happens. Sometimes I just feel like my life is a movie and I'm repeating the same scene over and over and over and over again. And for someone that has a 9 to 5 and is a content creator, both full-time, because honestly I can't even say part-time for the content creator because I work every day. I'm either, you know, in meetings with brands, editing videos, posting videos, like I'm always on it every single day, non-stop. I have to have a routine, a structured routine. And a routine for anyone, even if you don't have 2 jobs or anything, a structured routine will structure your life. And sometimes things could get overwhelming or you could forget to do things. This is the reason why I always recommend writing things down, getting a journal, getting a calendar. For me, I'm not a reading person, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I say reading, like I'm saying like actual like holding a book and reading a book, but I love digital reading, I love digital writing and all of that. So I use an app called Structured. I've mentioned Structured in one of my previous videos. I think things I've been loving a little bit too much lately. That's what I titled the video. I love to use Structured, not just because it's a to-do list app. By the way, the video is not sponsored. I just have to point that out. This video is not sponsored. They don't even know I exist. But I love the app and I've introduced it to my friends. One of the main reasons why I love it is because it's playful and colorful to use. I love the outlook of the app. It's just so pretty. What my routine looks like on a daily basis is quite simple but very productive, and incorporating fitness and workouts and everything doesn't always have to be heavy. I've said this a lot and I'm going to say it. Your workout or fitness journey must not, and honestly should not, look like everyone else's, because our bodies are different, our health needs are different, eating habits are different, body structure, weight, all of it is different, right? I always incorporate fitness into my daily routine, and that could simply mean walking for 30 minutes. There are times where I do like a simple workout for 5 minutes. Whatever you have time or the capacity for or the energy for, you do. I always work with routines, and I know there are people that don't function with routine. That's completely fine, but some type of structure. You need a structured routine. You need a structured life. If not, you will not be productive. And you know, if you're not productive, then you're not making the most out of your life. You're not making the most out of your time. You can get anything back in this life. You can get the money you wasted, you lost, you can get a new boyfriend, you can get new friends, but you cannot get your time back. Time management will save you. Now, this third thing, or if you want to call it habit, this third habit is one of the biggest thing, if not the biggest thing that has brought me this far in life. I preach this every single time I speak to someone about growth, about success, about wealth, about riches. Everything I talk about this, and that is constantly educating yourself. Oh my God, especially on your field, like your actual field of work. This is huge because you could easily get stuck in that I know what I'm doing phase, or I have it all figured out phase. Life, you know, changes every single day, especially work, the profession or career path we have chosen. Nothing is the same. You just need to get with the program. You need to get up to speed. You need to keep educating yourself. You need to know exactly what is changing, how it's changing, how it can affect you, how it can add value to your life, how you can improve. You need to constantly be looking and be thinking about self-development, self-improvement, work improvement. You need to master your craft. And if you like content creation, you're doing content creation, that's your field of work, even worse. And when I say even worse, is every single day you need to sit down and ask yourself, what is changing on this platform? At this present time in 2023, I still watch videos on YouTube on how to grow on YouTube. I still watch videos on what the algorithm is saying on these different platforms that I genuinely love, and I work on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I always watch videos. I learn every single day, and in my regular 9 to 5, every single day I'm constantly watching videos and looking at things that would expand my knowledge. You cannot be an expert on something if you're not constantly learning about that thing. And obviously you can't learn everything at once because it changes. New things will come out, algorithm will change, different trends, especially when you're a content creator. It changes so much that you always have to be on top of it, know what's working and what's not working, because obviously today the way you're making videos and the titles and thumbnails that might be working, tomorrow is a completely different aesthetic. I'm not saying you always have to go with the trend, but you always have to see what is working out there for people and try to make it your own. And educating yourself on your field of work doesn't necessarily mean that you have to read books or take courses. You could also educate yourself by asking people within your network about what's happening, like getting the updates. Okay, what's happening in this our field? Like, what don't I know? But this is something that I started doing 2 years ago that really changed my life for the better, because you need a network. I've always said this. You can't be in your own bubble. You just cannot. Like, you always have to move with the trend, and the only way you can actually move and grow is if people are telling you what's good and you're exchanging ideas with people, asking people who are like, you know, your senior colleagues to educate you on what they've learned, what they know. That's also self-improvement, self-development, and as well as work development. Oh my god, TikTok has a lot of information. TikTok is the new Google right now. You can go there and type anything that you're looking for knowledge or information about, and trust me, you're going to find knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. Educate, educate, educate. Self-improvement, 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 self-development, self-development, self-development. Oh my god, my channel is all about improving and developing yourself as a woman, like in all aspects. So definitely would be useful plugging myself in. Now the fourth habit is how quick I take action with everything. I used to procrastinate. My procrastination stemmed from overthinking and insecurities. I realized that obviously that's a waste of my time. I just pretty much lost a lot of opportunities and chances and just self-sabotage every single thing. So what I do now, which is a habit of mine, is if I have an idea and I have sat on the idea, I've marinated, I've pretty much written the plan out, I just do it. It's more like taking risk, and obviously risk is good for you. You never know until you try if it's going to work or if it's not. Now I just do it. Whatever it is that I have put my mind to and I want to do, I don't drag my feet. I don't wait another minute before I start doing something towards that, because the moment you wait, the moment you give it some time, you will have a lot of roadblocks, and we don't need roadblocks. Start now. Do anything you want to do. Now I'm just like, I want to do this, I want to achieve this. What do I need? Where do I start? Let's go. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I leave it and on to the next. I'm not the kind of person that will sit on an idea for a long time like I used to do. It's the same way I sat on the idea of making a YouTube channel for the longest time, and then when I finally made a new YouTube channel, I sat on that idea of, oh my god, I'm going to be consistent, I'm going to be consistent, I'm going to be consistent, and then I never did until obviously 2019. If I had started doing the things that I really wanted to do when I knew that I should be doing the things that I wanted to do, and I've gone far. And that's a lesson that I've learned. And now the habit is, I see something, I want to do it, I gather my information, do my research, I go. Now the last habit I want to talk about is something that I've spoken about a lot of times on this channel. I think I talk about it in every other video now, and that is practicing gratitude. There are people that have asked me, how do you practice gratitude when things are going bad in your life? I tell them, I just practice gratitude regardless. Whether I'm having a good day, whether I'm having a bad day, I wake up in the morning, I say thank you God for, you know, seeing a new day. I walk out of my house, I do my errands, go to work, come back. The moment I step into that door, I'm like, thank you Jesus, thank you God for today. I practice gratitude like no man's business. You'd be sick of me. Gratitude is something that people take lightly. People have that tendency, which I've shared before, to gravitate towards negativity, dwell on things that they can't control, control, dwell on the bad things going on in your life, always holding on and thinking about things that are bad, that are happening, what's not happening, this is not going well, it's not going well. Well, thank God that you are alive. Thank God that, okay, it's not going well, but you can see food to eat. Thank God that, okay, it's not going well, but you were able to wake up today. That one aspect of your life that isn't going well doesn't have to ruin every other thing in your life that is going well. And that's something that I learned and I've been practicing. And sometimes I fall short and I tell God, God, please forgive me, because I'm human and sometimes I just forget the things that you have taught me, the things that you've put in my heart to do. Like, because life just gets so tough that you forget the little things that make you happy. And sometimes when I come into my house, I just begin to tell God, thank you for at least a roof over my head. I can complain about so many things in life, but I see where I go out every day and come back to. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I could complain about so many things not happening right in my life, but I don't have to complain about not being able to pay the rent every month. That is a huge achievement, especially from where I'm coming from. Whatever you do, always try to look back at the person you were a month ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. Compare the picture. Is it the same person? Absolutely not. I am pretty sure you've done better for yourself. You've done well for yourself. You might not see it as anything, but you are alive. You've struggled through the pain, the hurt, the life challenges, circumstances. That is something to be grateful for. I tell God, yes, I've written down 10 things on my list. 3 have gone well. The remaining 7, they are just hanging in the air. I'm thankful at least 1 went well. It doesn't mean that I don't feel bad that other 7 didn't go well. I do feel bad, but at the same time, God's time is the best, the absolute best. I always say this, God is always on time. It doesn't matter what you think, he will show up just at the right time. Your journey is your journey. You might not have the full picture because you can't see what God has planned out for you in this life. You're looking at it as the way you would expect it to go. You are not God. Gratitude is something that I would always preach to anybody. One thing I usually do is when I write out everything that I want, my wishes, my goals and everything, I look at it and I say, God, I thank you because I know you've already done this for me. God, I thank you because I know that it is done. I'm always thankful. I'm a thankful child. That's pretty much everything that I have for you guys today. I'm definitely going to roll out more if you guys want to hear more. Subscribe to the channel if you're not yet subscribed. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. They're linked in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.
Those of you that are listening in your car, at your job, and you at home, I don't care where you at. Turn this up right now because we're about